does Hinduism draw attention to the idea of infinity? If Buddhism gave value to the concept of nothingness or zero, shunya, Hinduism gave value to its opposite, the concept of everythingness or infinity, ananta. While we can experience the absence of a thing, we cannot experience the presence of everything. We can only indicate what infinity means. Another chance, another possibility, another explanation, by continuously speaking of recursions and fractals. We see this in the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The Ramayana is incomplete without the Mahabharata. Events in the Ramayana make sense when we appreciate the events of the Mahabharata. Both the epics make sense only when we read the Vishnu Puran and realize that Ram and Krishna function as avatars of Vishnu, which in turn adds up when we read the story of Shiva in Shiva Puran. This is substantiated when we read about the insecure Brahma and his insecure sons in the Brahma Puran, which is further explained when we encounter nature as Devi in the Devi Puran. Nature, as we know, is boundless, extending beyond the horizon. No king can hope to conquer all. A Chakravarti, master of the wheel, can have empires stretching up to the horizon only, where his eyes can see, not beyond. Who sees it all? The Purans make no sense unless we appreciate the Vedas. Hinduism makes no sense unless we appreciate the monostatism of Buddhism and Jainism. We realize how Hinduism values soul, Jiva, and God, Paramatma. Jainism values only the soul, not God, and Buddhism values neither, but all three value rebirth and karma. In Jainism, monasteries were built on top of the mountains with the image of the Tirthankar staring into the horizon in all four directions. This Chaturmukha image was presented in Hinduism as Brahma, the creator. But while the Jain image is that of a wise man, in Hinduism it is the form of God. The infinitely expanded mind of Jainism was seen as divine in Hinduism. Thus, we find resonance between Hinduism and Jainism, even though the former is more worldly and the latter more monastic. Songs and dance, which are the key components of Hindu worship, are forbidden in Jain practice, which prefers silence and stillness. Every concept in India has a complement and alternative, creating infinite possibilities. In each episode of the Ramayana and Mahabharata, we get to access to the limitless wisdom. In the Mahabharata, for example, Krishna repeatedly shows his infinite form. His mother sees the whole world in his mouth. Arjun sees his universal form in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Yet, Krishna's life is finite, and his actions take place only in a finite space around the Gangetic plains. He is finite yet contains infinity, but is aware of infinity. Krishna's opposite is also true and needs to be considered and contained in the stories. So unlike Krishna, Ram has no awareness of his divinity and his infinity, even though he is a form of Vishnu. This is critical, for Ravan cannot be killed by a being who knows he is divine. Only a finite being, a mortal, can kill him. Ram, not knowing he is finite, has value. Krishna, knowing he is infinite, also has value. Both contribute to the establishment of dharma. Ram unknowingly and Krishna knowingly. Therefore, infinity is located in a part of the story and embodied in the whole story in itself. Infinity is within, the boundaries as well as beyond the boundaries. All things exist as fractals. All things are recursive, a function of the self, be it the Vedas or the Purans or the epics or life in itself. Thank you.